So I'm not really sure where we went wrong there, but I'm gonna have to go down to a size 9. All right, so in today's video, we're gonna go on Apple's website and print out the wristband measurement tool. Now, this is a tool you're gonna need in order to properly size yourself for the solo loop. So on Apple's website, you'll go ahead and scroll to the top, click on Watch, then go ahead and click on Bands. Once the site loads, we'll go ahead and scroll down to the solo loop section, since that is the one we're gonna be using. Now let's go ahead and click on this guy. All right. So now we want to make sure that we select the right size. So I have a 44mm Series 6. Let's go ahead and click on that. Now we're going to scroll down under band size and we're going to click Start Your Band Measurement. Once this comes up, you're going to see a Download the Printable tool. That's what we're going to be clicking on to print using your home printer. So go ahead and click on that now. Scrolling down, you'll see that there's a little part right here that says place a credit card or ID. That is where you're going to want to make sure it's to scale. So if your card fits in there, then that means that this is to scale and you can use this as a measurement tool for your wristband size. So let's get it printed. All right, so here's the band size tool that you just printed out. So we're going to go ahead and cut out the template. So there you go. This is what it looks like after it's cut out, and this is what we're going to use to find out what size we are. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take this and wrap it around your wrist. So once you get it around your wrist, go ahead and put it fairly snug. You don't want it super tight. They say not to make it super snug. Like this is snug and it's an 8. They said just have it just comfortable. So for me, comfortable is right at about a 10. One last tip here is if you fall right in between the numbers, let's just say between 9 and 10, go ahead and go with the next number down, which is 9. I feel like it might be too big if you try to go one up. So remember, these things are stretchable, so over time it probably will go loose, so you want to go ahead and go the number down. If you're obviously right in the middle of the number of the one that fits great, then that's the number you should get. All right, so we have found our measurement for the solo loop band. Next, we'll come back to the website and go ahead and select the number that corresponds with what you found on the measuring tool. So for me, it ended up being a 10. So I'd select 10, add to bag, make your purchase. Now, as I mentioned, if you fall between the two numbers, I would definitely go one down on the 9 just to make sure that it's gonna be snug enough. Now, in all honesty, you probably could do an 8 because of how stretchy this material is. And if you have trust issues of something falling off your wrist, if you're very active, depending on what kind of sport you're playing, you probably could do an 8. Would it be too snug? Probably, but I guess you'd have to purchase it to find out. All right, so we have our size 10, and we're gonna go ahead and install it onto the watch and see how the fitment was with the 10. Like I said, this band is very stretchy. It looks like, even if you missed the mark and got a 9 or an 8, and it would fit, but it'd be a little snug. Definitely love the quality of this. It is super smooth. It's not grippy, and it's gonna feel really good on the wrist. So let's go ahead and get this guy on the watch. All right, so we have our watch. We have our size 10 band here. So let's go ahead and install it. So we'll go ahead and slide this in. You should hear a little click. Okay, good. Looks good. So yeah, the band feels really good. However, it's a little loose. I'm not really sure where we went wrong there, but I'm gonna have to go down to a size 9. Maybe I measured it wrong. It's very possible. And that's why I say just kind of, measure it a few times just to make sure that, it's landing on the same number and you're consistent. I would do, 3, 4, 5 times just to make sure. I sized the 10 here. I didn't snug it super tight. I left just a little bit of slack. And as you can see here, just in this angle I'm not stressing it too much, but it's pretty loose. So that's not gonna fly. So I'm gonna return this, get one size down. Other than that, just a basic review on this band. It feels so good, so nice, and probably something I'm gonna wear more often than the other band, the Sport Loop. I was kind of hesitant, whether or not I was going to wear this all the time because the sweat pulls up underneath here, it gets all gross, you gotta wash it, which is fine, but with the cloth stuff, the fabric, it's not gonna pull up as much as it would on a rubber band. So nice band, just be careful on the sizing guide, but all in all, I like it. Measurement tool seems to work fairly good, but again, it was probably a mistake on my part. Maybe I put it a little bit too comfortable. So for me, I put it on 10. You know, it was pretty good. Wasn't super tight, wasn't super loose, but didn't work out. So I'm gonna go one size down. So something I wanted to do here for comparison on the band versus what they're asking you to print out is let's take our little watch. Just for curiosity, let's put it right here. And I'm assuming that this mark will be considered the point where you connect to the watch. Let's lay this on top of the band measurement tool here, and let's put it right in the middle of 10. And as you can see, if this was supposed to mimic the watch itself, it's fairly close, but if I was to put it right where it would connect, a little bit of excess on the edge, but again, this is just a tool to help. I'm sure there are variances, you know, here and there. But if I were to use this tool and how it looks, and looking at the edge right here, it looks like it falls right at the smaller side of 10. So there's obviously a little bit of variance and change here, but you know, for me, I'm just gonna return this, get the size 9, we'll be good to go, lesson learned. But now I know what my wrist size is gonna be from here on out for the rest of the purchases. Again, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button and stay tuned for more videos.